In this video, we're going to be doing an unboxing for the very first Republic gunship that Hasbro made, all the way back during the Saga line. This was specifically Phase 1. So if you recall seeing in the video I did for the Lucky Laku, and if you haven't seen that one already, I recommend checking that one out. I used to own this Republic gunship. I got this all the way back in 2002. And unfortunately, over the years, for whatever reason, I ended up losing parts to it, and I don't have it anymore. So recently, I decided I wanted to go ahead and reacquire it. I've been wanting to reacquire it for a couple years now at this point. But I actually have a kind of a special project in mind with this Republic gunship, and this is about the only one that's really of a generic look for the Republic gunship at least. And I'm going to turn it into the Naboo Senator is what I'm going to name it as. So I have this decal here, and if you recognize this, this is the from that deleted scene for the Bad Batch episodes in the Clone Wars series, where we see the Bad Batch and Anakin and Rex all discussing the nose art for the Marauder there. And when I saw these on eBay, I figured it's I think this is something I need for my collection. Looks really good. Can't wait to put this on the nose of the Republic gunship there. We'll see how it looks. Of course, that'll be for a separate video. Today, we're just going to be taking this apart. Hopefully, all the parts are there. If you have seen the Lucky Laku video, you would recall that I did mention that when I originally got that Republic gunship, that it had two left wings or two right wings in it. So hopefully, that's not the case for this one, and that would be very unfortunate. So like I said, I got this all the way back in 2002. I actually got it as a Christmas present. And the reason why I didn't keep it over the years is because up until 2005, I actually didn't have any clones at all. The only thing I could really put in it was Jedi, and it's not so exciting just putting Jedi in a Republic gunship, unless you have one as leading a bunch of clones as like a commander or something like that. So I didn't really have a use for the Republic gunship over the years. And then, like I said, I did lose some parts of it every now and then. And then after a while, I just decided to get rid of it altogether. Then by the time 2008 came around, I realized I do want a Republic gunship, and now I have all the clones and the resources available to be able to utilize it. So that's when I got the Lucky Laku. And then last year, I went ahead and got the Tiger Shark gunship, which has been featured heavily on the channel over the last 6 or 7 months or so. Then now we're going to be taking a look at this third one. I still would like to get the Revenge of the Sith one that has that green deco at some point, and I would also like to get the Command gunship, which is the second one that was released during the more realistic Clone Wars Tartakovsky wave, and that one was in 2003. And I would like to treat both of those as kind of like the more professional looking chips instead of having nose art and things like that for it. That'll be further down the road. As far as how I acquired this one, I just got it on eBay and I found it for a good price. As far as the Republic gunships are concerned, this one's probably one of the cheaper ones you can get now. At the time, it was only $40, which looking back on it, it's like, wow, only $40 for this thing. But I paid just a little over 100 for this, which is not really bad at all in terms of gunships, especially now some of the prices that, like the Salacious Crumb one or the Quakey and Monkey Lizard, I should say, and like the Tiger Shark one go for way up in the hundreds typically. So not too bad. Without saying anything further, let's just go ahead and start taking this apart. I guess we'll take another closer look at this. Have the clone pilots featured there. Nice scene on Geonosis. Hard to believe at the time of 2002, basically the clone captain here and these guys, and then the sneak preview clone. These were about the only clone troopers we had for a couple years. 2003 is when we first got the super articulated Phase 1 clone. So if you got this Republic gunship back in 2002 like I did, you really didn't have a lot of options still. And these are more the classic colors. I used to own this particular Anakin. And I had a friend that had that Padme, but I've never had that Obi-Wan, I don't think. And here we have the back, featuring the pilots, fiery missile launcher. Yeah, someone pointed out this to me on the Tiger Shark video I did, is you can fit a speeder bike back there. And only recently did I discover exactly which set the speeder bike that comes with the Clone Trooper, exactly what that was. I do recall seeing that in stores though, but it never really dawned on me that that particular set is the one that goes with this gunship here. At the platform there, Mace Windu with some clones. And it looks like it pretty much is the sneak preview clones and then the captain there. The missiles up top. Then the grappling hook there with the rear turret. And then we have the two turrets you can put on the side there, which I do have two of those. Currently, I have them on the Lucky Laku. I would like to get 4 more, 2 for this one, and then 2 for the Tiger Shark. And the bottom here is pretty much the same. I will say I think this box is a little bit smaller compared to the Tiger Shark gunship box. I still have that one, and at some point I might break that out again. We'll see the size comparison, but this box looks much smaller, more compact compared to that one. But anyways, let's just go ahead and start opening this thing. Box is in pretty good shape after all these years. Just hope all the parts are actually in here. It's kind of yellow at the bottom there. Can't do much about that. I suppose there is a way I could de-yellow that. Well, it's not too big of a deal. At least there's no damage or anything like that. Yes, these twist ties here. We'll leave those there for now, though. Have the wings and the doors here. Yeah, it was always a pain trying to get those out. Thankfully, they're not too difficult. You don't even need to cut anything. I do recall unboxing this back in 2002 and thinking at the time it was a kind of struggle. Well, when you're a kid, it's things like this kind of are a struggle. We have doors here. We have the one turret here. This must be the right hand one. I don't think it really matters exactly which way it goes on, but the more accurate one is you have the missiles here pointed towards the inside. And the covered side points out. And here on the inside, on the other side. Or actually, we have a wing here. So something that this gunship includes that a lot of the other ones haven't, that I'm kind of surprised about, is stickers. So it's interesting. The turret here that's packed is, that is the right side of the wing actually. Turret balls here, you can kind of see the inner workings of them. Not sure how well you see that. And before we open the other side, and here's the stickers and the instructions here. So we have the two for the cockpit here, and then I think some of these just go mostly where the loading bay is there. Kind of a nice item to include. Like I said, I'm kind of surprised that a lot of the other gunships have not included this. Not saying they all don't, but at least the two I have did not. And here, oh, I really miss this stuff. So we have the booklet here. It goes into the Attack of the Clones line at the time, and remembers all these checklists that we used to get. Really miss that. More to come in 2002. So as I've mentioned before, the Anakin and Peasant Disguise is actually the very first Star Wars action figure I ever got. I had a friend that had the Padme. Did not have that Obi-Wan. I did have the Super Battle Droid. I did have the Kid Boba Fett there. I did manage to have the opportunity to meet Daniel Logan recently as well, and we had a pretty good conversation. Felt pretty good about that. I do recall seeing Captain Typho, this particular one, at the stores. I did have that battle droid. I did have the Geonosis Warrior. Took all the way to number 17 to get the very first clone trooper in this line, that is. We had the sneak preview one previously. I did have this Zam Wesell, the one you see there. I did have this Mace Windu. I recently got the TVC Nikto Jedi. Expect that video soon. Hangar Duel Anakin. I think I had that one as well. If that's the one that has the removable arm, then yes, that's the one I had. Taun We is one I've always wanted over the years. Unfortunately, I just keep skipping out on that one, even though it's only like $3 or $4. Some of the samples I have seen of her have been pretty bad, so that's another reason why I've held off. Just kind of waiting to find a good sample of her. This Luminar is a statue. I think this is the particular Count Dooku that I have reviewed on the channel. Let's see. Yeah, that Mace Windu I have. And this Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader Bespin duel figures I used to own as well. Unfortunately, don't have them anymore. And yep, here's showing off the figures here. So, yeah, all these ones I've had. I did not have that Jango Fett, but I had the one with the magnetic head that could pop off. There's that Shakti. That's a statue. I know a lot of people complain about some of those statue figures, but I thought some of them were kind of nice. Here's some of the more gimmicky stuff. And the leash figures. Those were pretty popular at the time. It's kind of an interesting Boba Fett they have there with Jango. Here's the original 2002 Slave one. I've debated about getting that one over the years, and I still might at some point. It is much smaller compared to the Rise of Boba Fett, the Slave one, and also the TVC one. Those are just repaints of one another. It's definitely much smaller in scale. That doesn't take away from it being a decent ship. This Jedi Starfighter that's more geared for Obi-Wan, that's actually not too expensive of a ship. I've seen that go for $30 or $40 even on eBay today. Would like to get that at some point. I do recall seeing that in stores back in 2002 and 3. Slave 1 was only, even today, it's only like $50 on eBay. And at the time, I think it was probably like in the 30 or 40 range. So not too bad. I do recall these 12-inch Hasbro action figures. I do have the Anakin Skywalker to Darth Vader one during the Revenge of the Sith line. It's the only one from Hasbro I got over the years. None of these ones, though. I do recall that Jango being a highly sought after one. Yes. I had a friend that had this Count Dooku's lightsaber. And I've had a few over the years. It's the electronic R2-D2 there. Trading cards and some gimmicky items there. Trivia set. Game of Life. Some strategy games. You can win Hasbro Star Wars Attack of the Clones holiday toys in July. That's interesting. Enter in our galaxy with all new Star Wars books. I really miss a lot of these Star Wars books as well. They really dived into the EU. Draw a picture of a beloved Attack of the Clones character for your chance to win. How do you send away for it? I guess you gotta get on the website there and find out exactly what the instructions are. And just an advertisement for the Star Wars fan club. Yeah, I really miss getting this stuff. It's nice to look through that again. And here, I have the instruction manual. And I think at this point we're pretty much an expert at how to put these gunships together. Yeah. So let's go ahead and finish taking apart the rest of it here. It's kind of easier just to twist all these first. It's nice to see after 20 years of this thing being in the box, it's still in pretty good shape. The canopy here, looks like it has some battle damage on it. Extra turret. Thankfully, they're both the opposite. I really hope this wing ends up being the opposite as well. Here we got the platform. This one's more of a darker silver. You know, I don't recall this being such a dark silver though. I recall it being more like this color all the way around. I'm not sure if it's a variant or I'm just misremembering it. Still, it's a pretty nice platform deco. There for now. And we have all our missiles in there, and thankfully, looks like our wings are the opposite. So everything should be good to go with this. And here's all of our spare missiles. And I think that's just about everything. Put that there. Fortunately, these never really would shoot that far. Kind of know the story about some of these missiles. If you ever wonder why some of these toy missiles never really shoot very far, is I think back in the 70s there was like some choking controversy where there was a kid that accidentally shot some toy missile in his throat or something, and he ended up being taken out from it, unfortunately. Which, yes, that's an unfortunate situation, but that is the reason why a lot of the toy missiles these days don't seem to have much of a projection to them. Let's see here. Got the doors here. Just snap on place. Snap into place pretty good. Let's put this canopy on first. Should just fits there pretty good. Let's see here. So we got two nose turrets there. Here's the rear turret. These ones are for the sides of the doors. I actually did not discover this until I got the Tiger Shark, because I have these ones attached here, which they do work. It's not technically a wrong thing to do. And even on the Lucky Laku, I've left it like that, just to have something different. this in on this side. Same here. Look at that. Very beautiful. And last but not least, let's get this platform on. For the main construction of the ship, that is. Should fit in right here. All right. Save those for last. Let's put this rear turret on. Thankfully, it's not bent at all, which is nice. It's in place pretty good. And let's, you know, it'd probably be easier to snap these off now, wouldn't it? Yeah, in case you didn't know, you have, where's that? You have those little grooves there. And what you do is you put it right there in the gunship. You might have to work with it a little bit. Sometimes the groove isn't big enough. That's not too bad for this one. I know on the other one I had to work with it a little. All right, not too bad. Let's see here. And we'll take the one off on this side. One's a little bit of a tighter one. Okay. I feel like it's setting on there too right. All right. for the final thing. Oh, look at that. Very nice. Nice to see after 22 years now, have this back in the collection. Looks really good. But anyways, hope you enjoyed watching this unboxing. I think here in the next few minutes, I'll try to see about putting some of these stickers and the decal on there. And as always, we'll take another look at this gunship later on. Maybe fill it up with some clones and see how it looks as a final product. Hope you enjoyed watching this unboxing. Maybe if this catalog brought some great memories back to you. And let me know if you used to own this gunship as well, or if you still own it. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate all your support. And check out the links in the description if you haven't done so already. As always, thanks for watching.